Allow me to let you know. There was a funeral service for a young man called Ndwati. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Okay.
And of course, people had come. The area MP was around. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was also there to then, of course, pay their respects. Now, as they were doing all of these things, and we saw the videos, suddenly, these people, I don't understand. They said page 8. I happen to be on page 8, and it's not there.
They said it in page 8.
What is that? Not 8?
Page 4.
Oh, so it's actually
no, page 8.
But page 8 is not that.
There's no page 8?
There's page 8, but it has something else. Well, like today's that day.
Ndio iko hapo on the side. It's on page 8.
So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
The final, it's just one column.
Gachagua runs for his dear life after goons invade burial event. Now, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was forced to flee for safety after suspected hired goons armed with crude weapons descended at a funeral he was attending in LIMURU. Trouble started when former LIMURU MP, Mr. Peter Mwadhi, stood up to address mourners who had gathered to bury Erastus Ndwati, a villager. Mean-looking goons immediately went for him, causing a stampede as pro-Mwadhi supporters sought to guard him. The goons increased in numbers, actually, and I watched the video because it actually happened like that. The goons increased in number, and in a split second, the main dais was uprooted, literally, with goons throwing projectiles as another bunch chased away the mourners and broke plastic seats. The tent in which Gachagua sat was destroyed, forcing a security team to help him to safety as more goons ran towards him, hurtling plastic chairs and stones. Earlier, there was concern as electricity was disconnected in what mourners suspected to be foul play. Surprised villagers, stunned by the sudden turn of events, fled the funeral as Gachagua and his entourage, including Kiambu Senator Karungu Wathagwa, took to their heels looking for cover. They disappeared into their cars as stones and seats rained in the otherwise sober function. The folks who were at the funeral said at the very beginning, when they saw guests coming to sit, they were really suspecting that there was something wrong that was going to happen. Why? Because where former deputy president went to sit, there was a seat next to him that was empty. It was supposed to be for Mr. Mwadhi, who's the area MP. Mwadhi came and left there and went and sat somewhere else. So they were wondering, why is this man moving? Does he know something we do not know? Because essentially, as a VIP, he's supposed to sit there as well. So now later on, when they saw the chaos had erupted, then they said, okay, did he know that this thing was going to happen? And if so, why? The violence that we saw yesterday was actually quite terrible. Somebody would have been badly injured. They actually used the dais and all the materials, the poles, everything to attack. They were throwing chairs. It didn't matter who they hit. Somebody would have been very hurt. But for me, the thing that was even worse is that there was a body lying in the casket.
It was actually somebody's funeral.
Yes.
There's a family that is
Ndwati.
There's a family that is there to bury their person.
They've not buried him. The coffin is there. The family are surrounding the coffin. They've not buried this young man. Now it has become political violence. People are throwing things all over the place. Vehicles are running. Cars are destroyed. The family members are crying. Where do we take? Then now you can imagine family members are now trying to carry this coffin and take it to a safe place, and chairs and things are also being thrown at them. What are we doing? Reducing what should be a sober, honoring moment into some political nonsense. Why? Why? It was terrible. And if you want to go to the next part of the conversation, for an attack on Gachagua, it doesn't matter. If you don't like him, it is okay. But what was done yesterday was absolutely wrong. To attack in such a manner, to attack at all, was wrong.
You know, these individuals have no...
Is it in somebody's son's funeral that you're going to come and A or B? That is my problem. Why should you come and do it there? Why should you do it there? It shows the measure of the value of some things, honestly speaking. What is that? Who do you want to show? Because you knew it was going to be on TV? You know that people were going to talk about it? You think that you've scored 1 point against your political rival? What? Because it's obvious that those young men who were doing that thing, they were hired.
They were clearly hired.
Yes, clearly. The manner in which they attacked. Because they were praying, and then suddenly you just see a crowd of people with blue chairs everywhere. Come on.
Okay, so let's turn this the other way.
He died, and so he came to share. What he said is he came to show his support for someone in the community that he wanted to.
Does he know this guy?
He said he knows him now. So why should he even show up at the funeral in the first place is what you're asking.
Yes, it's a valid question because
Nobody has set mark on the gas yet, and look at what is already happening. Come on, man. It's not a good indicator.
It's a bad thing. This is a really, it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing.